That evening started like any other. Rain fell steadily, not dramatic, just enough to soak shoes and patience. Oksana stopped by a small grocery store near her building, tired and already thinking about tea in silence. At the checkout, she noticed a wallet on the floor near the exit, dark leather, worn at the edges, clearly not new, clearly loved. She picked it up without thinking. Inside were cards, a few receipts, and a folded photo of a little boy holding a red balloon. No cash. No phone number written anywhere. Just an ID with a name, Andrei Koval. The address was only 3 streets away. Oksana hesitated. It would have been easier to hand it to the cashier and walk away. But something about the photo made her pause. She imagined the panic of realizing it was gone, the pockets checked twice, the quiet fear of losing documents. She zipped her jacket and decided to deliver it herself. The building was old, the kind with chipped paint and stairs that remembered too many footsteps. She rang the bell once. Then again. Nothing. She was about to leave when the door opened slowly. A man stood there, surprised, cautious, clearly mid-thought. When she said his name, his face changed instantly, relief first, then disbelief. He laughed quietly when he saw the wallet, a sound that carried more emotion than it should have. He thanked her too many times, then apologized for doing so. They talked for a moment in the doorway about the rain, about how easy it is to lose things when your mind is elsewhere. He mentioned his son, the red balloon, how the photo was from a birthday that didn't go as planned but ended up perfect anyway. Oksana left feeling lighter than expected. It was a small thing, returning a wallet. But as she walked home, rain still falling, she realized how rarely people cross paths without purpose and how meaningful it can feel when they do. A week later, she saw him again. Same street. Same hour. This time he waved first. Some stories don't start with big moments. They begin with something lost, something returned, and the quiet understanding that a simple choice can shift the direction of an ordinary day. After that second meeting, their encounters stopped feeling accidental. They didn't plan them, but they started noticing each other more clearly. A nod turned into a smile. A smile turned into a short conversation by the entrance of the building. Sometimes it was about nothing at all, the weather, the city, how fast evenings were getting darker. Other times, it drifted into small pieces of real life. Andrei told her about his work, about how responsibility had changed him after becoming a father. Oksana shared stories about her routine, how she liked quiet evenings but often felt the days slipping by too quickly. There was no pressure in their talks. No attempts to impress. Just presence, steady and unforced. One evening, as rain returned to its familiar rhythm, he asked if she wanted to join him for tea. Not a date, he said quickly. Just warmth and a dry place to wait out the weather. She agreed without overthinking it. His apartment felt lived in, books on the table, toys tucked into corners, a sense of life continuing rather than being staged. They sat at the kitchen table, steam rising from mugs, the sound of rain filling the pauses in conversation. The comfort surprised her. There was no need to perform, to shape herself into someone interesting. She was already welcome. When she left, he walked her to the door, thanking her again, not for the wallet this time, but for staying. Days passed. Then weeks. They began seeing each other outside of coincidences. Coffee. Walks. Shared silence. She met his son briefly, waving from a distance, careful not to step into a space that wasn't hers yet. That care mattered. Looking back, Oksana realized the wallet had never really been the point. It was just the opening, a moment that allowed two careful people to recognize something familiar in each other. Trust didn't rush in. It grew. And sometimes, when rain falls the same gentle way it did that first evening, she thinks about how easily she could have handed the wallet to a cashier and walked away. How many stories end before they begin, simply because no one chooses to carry something back to where it belongs?